Hi, I'm Diba.
And I'm Devin, and this is our larynx. It's made from molding clay and toothpicks to help it stand up, and toilet tissue paper roll.
The larynx produces sounds for speech. There are various anatomical structures within the larynx. So first is the hyoid bone, which is right here. The hyoid bone is a floating bone. There are no other bones attached to it. There are various aspects to it. First is the body. The body, also known as the corpus, is the middle section right here. There are also the anterior projections right over here, known as the lesser cornu, and there are lateral projections right over here, which I can show you. One is right here, and one is right here. The thyroid, which is the thyroid cartilage right over here, is suspended from the hyoid bone via the thyrohyoid membrane, which is not shown here. The thyrohyoid membrane is attached to the inferior aspect of the hyoid bone. The thyroid cartilage is the largest cartilage in the larynx. The thyroid forms the lateral and anterior aspects of the larynx by two plates, also called laminas, fused at the midline. Where the two laminas, one is right here, the other one's right here, where they are fused at the midline, it is fused at an angle that forms the thyroid notch. The thyroid notch is commonly known as the Adam's apple. The next is the cricoid cartilage right down here. The cricoid cartilage is narrow in the front and larger in the back. So the cricoid cartilage is closed in the anterior and closed posteriorly, versus the thyroid is closed anteriorly and open posteriorly. The cricoid is inferior to the thyroid and superior to the trachea. Let's take a look at the epiglottis, which is right over here. The epiglottis is a broad leaf-shaped structure. It's an elastic structure that bends posteriorly to cover the larynx during swallowing, to prevent food from entering the trachea and directing food down the esophagus. Next, we have the arytenoids, which are a paired cartilage right over here. It is located superior and posteriorly from the surfaces of the cricoid. The arytenoids have three aspects to them: the vocal process, the muscular process, and the apex, which is the top. The vocal folds are attached to the vocal process, and some of the laryngeal muscles are attached to the muscular process that move the arytenoids. The next cartilage we have are the corniculates, which are the black shaded right here, which is attached and sit on top of the arytenoid cartilages. And now we will talk about the muscles.
Okay. So first we have the cricoarytenoids, which are these muscles right here. The first pair are the posterior cricoarytenoids, and these are on the posterior aspect of the cricoid cartilage and attached to the muscular process of the arytenoids. And when these muscles contract, they aid in abduction of the vocal folds. Next, we have the lateral cricoarytenoids, which are these right here. And these are on the lateral aspect of the cricoid cartilage, and they attach to the muscular process of the arytenoids. When these muscles contract, they pull the arytenoids anteriorly and aid in vocal fold adduction. Next, we have the interarytenoids, which are this group of muscles right here. First is the transverse interarytenoid, and it is an unpaired muscle. It's located between the arytenoids, and it runs between the lateral aspects. It also, the muscle courses transversely, and it aids in vocal fold adduction when contracted. And then we have the oblique interarytenoids, which is the X-shaped paired muscle. It runs from the muscular process of one arytenoid to the apex of the opposite arytenoid. And then finally we have the trachea, and the larynx attaches to the trachea via the cricoid cartilage.